Friday, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. My name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, and I am your host for today. I am joined by my lovely crew. Let's get all the things, because we talking about the blackout today, y'all. So let's just get everything out the way. Let's do the housekeeping, and then we get to this conversation because I'm so excited. It's blackout day. It is economic boycott blackout day. All right. So the national blackout is today, where Black Americans are being called to stop spending money unless it's with a Black owned business. No gas, no fast food, no big corporations like Walmart, Amazon, or Target. But the question is, what happens after today? We've seen boycotts happen before, but if we don't follow through, does it even matter? With $2 trillion in spending power, we should be able to build our own wealth. So, why do we struggle economically? What's stopping us from making this an everyday habit, not just a one-day protest? Today, we're going to talk about this and turn this one-day blackout into a movement that lasts. Is it possible to get on one accord and create real, lasting change? Is the question. Happy Blackout Day, Black people. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Hey,
Great.
all right. So let me introduce you to the queens that I have today. My lovely queens. I have, I don't know if which way. I have Pastor Connie Spearman, who is
That's
here,
right.
pastor, entrepreneur, this way. My girl Marlo Layson, who is going to New Orleans for Mardi Gras today, and I'm jealous, but she's a TV producer and she is here. I have my realty goddess, Laura Key. I call her Lala, but I want to be respectful. All right. So listen, let's get into this discussion. So first of all, let me ask you all. Let's just start with the panel. Hey panel, how y'all doing today? As y'all come in, we see you coming in. Have you bought something today? Like, have you already went against, have you stuck to the blackout today? Are you participating? What's happening? Minister Connie, have you bought something today? Have you bought gas?
Nothing. Not a nothing.
You haven't bought nothing. All right.
Nothing.
Um, Marlo, with you going to New Orleans, y'all gonna have to stop for gas. And you said y'all got to get a tire. Are you gonna participate today?
So I am participating. There's a black tire shop that's not far from the crib. They sell tires and rims. They rent them and sell them. So I'm going over there and get my tire. And in terms of gas, we gonna pray and we're not gonna stop in the sundown towns though. So if you don't have a large population of Black people, then we're not gonna stop in that town for the gas.
That's
We
right.
will be we will be as conscious as we can be on our travels to South Louisiana this evening.
Okay, all right. Y'all be safe, and
Yes,
let's hope
definitely.
that you get there. Don't not get gas just for the simple
Well,
fact,
I
like
mean,
I'm, and then
we
be
ain't gonna
sitting on
get
the
there
side of the road.
gas, but we're gonna
You're
do what
gonna
we
need it.
can.
You're gonna need it. All right, Lala. You are not in
Not one
America. You're
thing.
in Portugal, right? So,
I'm
but
back and
how?
forth, but not anything. That doesn't mean anything
Okay,
because
tell me.
you still can order things from across the world. You still can use Amazon. There is McDonald's. There is Burger King. There is Starbucks.
Okay.
No, I am not buying anything. I'm not even looking at anything. So
That's
I
right.
am a part of this blackout.
That's right.
Okay. I love it. I love it. All the way from Portugal, y'all. Lala is not participating. So I know if you in Atlanta, you don't have no excuse. You don't have an excuse. All right, so let's start with this first video to get us started, right? This young man is saying like it's just one day, but I want today I wonder if after today what we do. We had this conversation already a few weeks ago. We were talking about we put together a plan for email chains and we talked about all the steps that we could come up with as on our show and like give them to people on how to like spread the word, right? So I wonder from today what lens we use to move forward. Like, can we do this? How can we incorporate this being a long term, this being a long term movement? So let's start with the first video and see what he has to say.
Mhm.
One day. That's all they're asking for. That's all that's required to start with. One day. Can we do it? Can we come together for one day with ease like every other demographic does without question? For one day, can we realize the strength in our own power, in our own pockets? One day is all we're asking for. Put that credit card down. You better not submit that Amazon order. Stay in the house if you need to. You probably need to save a little money anyway. Sit down somewhere and join the movement. One day is where it starts. And if we can actually shift our mindsets and come together on something, we could change it all.
All right, I hear him. I hear him. You know, there's always this tone, like Black people just don't know how to put it together. Like we just so, just so in opposition to everything. When I don't think that that is like just one day. Can we just put it together? It's the tone for me. It's the tone. Absolutely, we can. You have four people right here who are participating, and you don't have to beat us over the head to not buy something. We're not so discipline. It's so interesting. I saw another video. So first of all, let me before I hop off into the other video, let's just respond to that. How did it's just one day, y'all? How did that all make you? Are we all in agreement that it's just one day? And are we all in agreement that it's just one day? All we have to do is participate, and it'll make all of and that'll be it. Right? Lala, let me ask you this. Why is it important that this one day turns into a movement, do you think?
It must, in order to make these statements stick and really hit them where they only care about. The one day is powerful. I stand all for it. Black, blackity, black, black. I don't need nothing. Matter of fact, the thing, we buy too much stuff in the first place. We got so much junk we don't need. We just have fallen into this consumerism. However, you must keep the thumb on the neck. And how you do that is you start looking at other ways that you can continue to not patronize these stores. I saw a great video today about a young lady who loves going to the Kennedy Center, but because of the Kennedy Center issues that's going on, and now Trump is supposed to be heading that up, she said, how do I support the musicians that are a part of the symphony? Because I love going to the symphony. And what she found out was there are many sub-segments of the symphony that play around town, and they get the money. So she said, I won't go to the symphony at the Kennedy Center, but I will find out where they're playing and go. So there are other ways to make sure that you don't spend the money with these people, because they surely don't care about you, and they think you're not strong enough to continue this strike. But if you remember, the bus boycott made all the difference in the world. You have to understand we are still that powerful with our spending money. So you can't just have one day. This is a great start. This is the beginning. But use this day to actually research how you can no longer depend on those companies that you keep spending with. So cut it out.
I love it. I love it. Marlo, so everybody is boycotting today, not just Black people. Everybody is boycotting. They have, we got some, I don't know if they're allies or not. I'm not really sure of their intention, because their narrative feels very different from ours. Theirs is like this anti-Trump kind of, this anti-Trump economy narrative that we really, that's not what we're talking about, right? We're for very different reasons we're boycotting. So my question to you is, do we need these allies who are going out and boycotting? Do we need white people or others to be part of this movement in order for it to be effective? Today, will it be much more powerful because we're all doing it, or does it matter?
I think that in the best intentions, it's helpful if other people are not spending, because it forces them to look at a whole picture, right? It forces these corporations to look at it as a whole and see how they can change their decision making if they're affected at all, right? But I also think that sometimes the messaging gets watered down. I came home yesterday And my honey was on the phone with his cousins, and he got off the phone. He was like, "What you know about this blackout?" Because I told him, if you didn't tell me nothing about it, then it ain't. I was like, "Well, I didn't tell you nothing about it because we're already intentionally spending money with Black people. That's already how we've been moving for the last year: is spend money Black first, if possible, then seek out others, right?" And I was like, so I didn't tell you because we already on our own boycott. But that's what it is. And I explained it to him. And so I think that it's so many messages, it's so many mixed messages, but I think that's why we get those voices of dissent, right? But also, without among my own family, we had a cousin group chat, and they were like, one of my cousins was like, I ain't doing it, I ain't going along with the group, I ain't into the group think, like everybody's gonna have their own opinion. And I always say everybody can't go. And people in the cousin chat were arguing back. I was like, I'm not responding, because you do get to have that opinion. That's your choice. You spend your dollars how you want to spend your dollars, right? But the other message that they sent was, y'all call me when they ready to tear some shit up. So you would rather tear some shit, like, the fact that you don't understand that removing your dollars is a quicker way to tear some shit up than actually going and busting down people's property is just a mindset shift that we really need to have. Allies, you're welcome, but this is not your party. Okay, you want to throw a party, throw your own party, but don't come to our party dictating the rules. That's always my rule for allyship.
Okay.
You can be my friend, but this ain't your house.
You can be my friend, but you ain't started. We've been on this. Minister Connie, I'm gonna ask you the question before we go to break, right? I want you to think about it while we go to break. But what I know about Minister Connie, because she's my auntie, is that she is the one in our family that's in the chat like, this is happening and we're gonna do this. And what I notice is no one responds. Like, nobody is on the wave. People aren't. It's like there's a few woke people in each family that's trying to get everybody on board, and everybody isn't participating in that way. And so I wonder, I wanted to get your feelings of how you felt about that. And I noticed that it hasn't stopped you from sharing things in the chat, but we're going to talk a bit about that when we come back. Okay, we're going to go to break. Woo! This is a good show right here. But I'm biased. If you are just tuning in, you are watching Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. My name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, and I'm the proud producer of this show because it is lit. If you want to receive notifications for when we go live Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is text the word Queens to 87948. That's Queens to 87948. That's QUEENS to 87948. Also, if you want to grow your money and not blow your money, all you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. There's all kinds of resources, there's courses, there's free giveaways. There's just no reason to be broke in 2025. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. Obviously, you don't want to be entertained here. You want to know enough to grow. Wait, I need to put that on a shirt. You got to know to grow. Got to know to grow. So know and grow with flynubianmoney.com. Yes, y'all. I'm out here running. I'm running Fly Nubian Money like Bad Boy Records. I'm all in the videos. I'm all in the commercials. I'm on the show. That's my business, right? As my good friend Tabitha would say, that's my business. All right. So, Minister Connie, I'm gonna come back to you. As a person that is woke in your family, what would you say to the other people that are like you, like that are as woke, but maybe are hitting a dead end on getting other people to be motivated?
I love economic empowerment. I believe that's my mission in life. One of the things, I went to an art show and they had the Black Wall Street and how it looked. And I bought the painting and I have it here at my business right on the wall. So what I do, I'll call my family members and tell them, look, just get involved. Remember not to buy anything. So I will make the phone call. But I love economic empowerment among Black people. When I see that Black people are doing great, I'm like, wow, I could do it. It just encourages me.
Mhm.
So the thing is that I do invest in Black companies. I do buy from Black companies. I also help became partners in Black companies because that is a part of what I love. I love doing that. There is I'm part of the Blessing Foundation, and we are now building a clinic in Jesus, it just went up my mind. We're building a clinic in Africa, and
Mhm.
the thing is that we've been like doing things to get money and things like that, and then they have like widow women that needs funding for businesses, so they make things. So when we have our yearly banquet, they bring all kind of beautiful things from Africa, send it over, and we sell it. And the stuff is so beautiful, and it helps them provide for their families and
Mhm.
to take care of themselves. So it doesn't have to be here in the United States; it could be abroad also. So that's my thing. I love it. I just love it.
Mhm. All right. So, so interesting. And I'm gonna go to you, Lala, because I remember when, we've come a long way from our Montgomery boycott, right? Where we were able to withstand 381 days. We were able to get jitneys, as we call them in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like we were able to do all of these things and support one another um, for that 381 days. Listen, when we boycotted for the NFL, I think I'm the only one on earth that's still like taking a knee for Kaepernick, right? It just feels like we just forget. It's like that Men in Black pin that just be like, you forget. And then we forget and now we're watching it all over again. So what do you say about us just unifying in a way where we don't forget? We stand on business. How do we stand on business when everybody is like, that ain't gonna work?
No, we need to educate ourselves. And
Mhm.
that's the thing. We don't want to take the time to educate ourselves. You talk about the NFL. Let's not forget that the NFL decided that they weren't going to pay the black players the same amount of money that they were paying white players for concussions when they were noticing that concussions were most people don't think about those type of things, or they don't know. So it is up to everyone, and you have to do this with your own mind shift. Marlo said this
Mhm.
so eloquently. You're the one who's got to change your mind. You've got to go and figure out and see what these companies are doing. And you have to say, is this really okay with me? Because, and then share it with someone who may not have known. Like this month, I always, for the past 10 years, I've been putting Black History Facts, little known Black History Facts on my Facebook page. Facebook decided to take half of them down. Okay,
Mhm.
so the oppressor is always going to oppress, but that does not take away your voice to teach those in your community of why you really shouldn't be shopping. Now, don't come at people like you should never be bound, how dare you? No, but the more you come at them with love and say, hey, say this, did you know that the black football players didn't get the same amount as the whites when it came to concussions? Is that something that is okay with you? Then they can start thinking in their mind if that's something that they're going to agree with or not. So it all is about the mind shift and education. So people who's not going to participate are just not going to participate. You can't worry about them. You only can worry about those who are really interested in making a change. And you never know whose mind you're going to change with that education.
I love it. What do you say, Marlo, to the people that say this will never work? Because we're about to go to a video of a gentleman saying this ain't gonna work. It don't work. What do you say about that?
Everybody ain't gonna come. Everybody don't
Nobody.
want to come. Everybody don't want to be part of the movement, right? And the movement only works, the collective only works if the people that are involved are invested. So I say, you don't want to be involved, cool, baby, do your thing. But the same way that I tell people all the time, you don't want to pay attention to the laws that are getting passed when your child goes to jail behind one of these new laws because you didn't vote. Please don't call me, because my compassion at that point is lowered, right? I need Joe Corley to tell me how to be a nice person at that point, because I feel like the writing was on the wall and you chose not to read it because it was not in line with what you wanted to do. And sometimes I feel like because Black people have had a foot on their neck, right? Because that oppressor's hand is always kind of guiding our heads. I feel like people want to rebel, right? They want to say, I ain't doing, I do, and you can, right? But then don't come to the collective when you need help. Don't come to the collective when you weren't paying attention and now you feel like you're wronged. That's the part of me. Like I said, I need Joe to help me release that, because I don't want to help you after you said that it won't work, because it really is about your desire to not change. It's not that it's not going to work, because we have evidence that it did work. We have evidence not only in Montgomery, but HBCU students during the 80s and early 90s are how South African apartheid ended. Go do your Googles. Those kids were sitting in, they were protesting, they were divesting, so much to the point there was a Different World episode about how active South HBCU students were against apartheid in South Africa. So we have two modern history examples of how it does work. If you take your finances out, if you divest from capitalism, they will do the right thing, right? So I just say, you're allowed to do you, but don't come to us when you're wronged, because you could have been over here already moving with the move. Now, what I hope is if they see it and they see it's working and they see Black businesses are thriving and their friends and family, the hustle has turned into a full-time gig, maybe they'll come on board then. But, to each his own. And if you don't want to come, I don't want nobody on my team by force. That is a for sure thing.
I see. Listen, y'all saying a word today. You know what? Let's go ahead and go to the video. I want to see what this young man has to say. I almost forgot because he was sounding crazy, but let's see. Let's talk.
What if I told you that not spending money for a day won't shake the system like you think? What if the real disruption isn't about one day, but changing the game entirely? Well, Economic Blackout Day, February 28, 2025. It's a movement asking people to stop spending for 24 hours as a way to hit corporations where it hurts. Sounds powerful, right? But let's ask the real question. If you stock up the day before and go back to spending the day after, did anything really change, or did we just take a day off from the system only to plug right back in? This isn't a new idea. Boycotts have been a strategy for decades. The Montgomery bus boycott, that lasted 381 days. That was real economic disruption. But a single day pause, that's not the same. So let's break this all the way down. If you know you're not spending on February 28th, what do? You go get your gas, grocery, and essentials the day before. If you were planning to go out, you just wait until March 1st. So instead of hurting corporations, we just shift our spending. Businesses don't track losses by the day. They track quarterly revenue. A 24-hour dip means nothing when they're looking at long-term trends.
Okay. All right. That's something to consider. Minister Connie, what do you think about that video and what he said?
Some of it's true and some of it I don't agree with, because he said that businesses notice a loss in a quarter, but you could notice it in one day, because I know I'm in business. In 1 week, our billing went down $12,000. So that made a great impact. It didn't have to wait to the end of the quarter to see that. I seen that in the first week. So I don't agree with that. The other thing, the Bible says little makes much. So if the little of us will attend for this day to make an impact, they're going to feel it. They're going to see it. So therefore, I'm not in agreement with what he said. But I think that what we could do, we see how this day turned out, and then we could go and make decisions on what we're going to do after this. So let's just do this one day here without all these opinions. Let's just get on board and just do it.
Yeah. Lala, what do you think about people that say that blackouts and economic boycotts are for people who are privileged? It's a privileged movement because, there's people that absolutely have to buy certain things or just have to participate in the world and in the economy every single day. What do you say to those people?
I say, don't be a coward. Stop it. That's a coward statement is what it is. If you really do want to make a difference, you can make a difference. If you really want that Prada purse, you're going to make that Prada purse happen, right? So if you want this just as much as that Prada or just as much as that Gucci, then you're going to make the mind shift. It's not just for the privileged. Listen, look in your communities. There's a lot of stores that don't look like us, but won't your dollars. Okay.
Yeah.
So if that means that you may have to walk 2 blocks down to the Black Mini Mart to get what you need, then go and take them extra steps. You're going to need it anyway, because we need to be more healthy. It's not just for the privileged. In fact, it's more for us than anything, because we, the ones who are the underlings, are the ones that are being the most affected. The rich gonna always be rich. They always gonna spend what they gonna spend. They gonna do what they do. They gonna have their parties. But let me tell you, it's the ones who are considered the underdogs that actually have the most power. You must rise up and change this before you can make any kind of change. So change that mind shift so that you can see the effects in our communities.
Okay, let's go to our next commercial, and we're going to dive more into this after the break. I know you're busy, you got things to do, and you can't take us on the go with you every single day. Good news for you. We are now on Spotify. So if you can't watch us, now you can listen to us on Spotify. Search Fly Nubian Money, and all the episodes shall appear. All you have to do is like, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, leave some comments, tell people how you love us, so that when other people come along and are looking for a great show to watch, they can find Fly Nubian Money too. One last thing, and just in case you've been sitting under a rock, Fly Nubian Money now has an investment club. We are the Fly Nubian Money Club. It's easy. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com, and I am committed to bringing in top experts from all industries to help you level up. They're teaching us the skills that we need to compete in this market. We often say that nobody is coming to save us, not the government, but guess what? We're coming to save us. I'm coming to save you with the Fly Nubian Money Club. So listen, all you have to do again is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. We have a 30-day free trial set up just for you, just for those people that are struggling. Even if you ain't struggling, you ain't got to struggle. I'm coming. Okay, let me stop playing. I'll see you soon. Come on, Fly Nubian Money Club. Next up, we have Marlo Layson, who is here. Later on, she's going to tell us what she's teaching y'all, but it's going to be lit. So make sure that you go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. We can't wait to see you in class and wait for you to join. All right. So let's go to some of these stats, y'all, because I'm trying to wrap my mind around, before the end of this show, what I want to do is come up with a strategy moving forward, because we can say like, oh, this is not going to work. I don't know a plan. I heard the other day that they were able to get, because for Joy Reid, they were able to get another 40,000-50,000 people on a Zoom call. Wow. So there has to be a way, like, who is running these Zooms, y'all? Like, I guess that is my question, because we need to talk to them so we can all get on one accord about things like this. It's crazy how our participation is selective. Marlo, what do you think about that? Let's just go here real quick. What do you think about that? Like, why do we have selective outrage, and why do we pick up causes selectively when something like this would have been so beneficial?
The short answer. So one is media, right? We are a media loving bunch of people, right? We want to rally around a cause, but we want to rally around a cause that is already out there, right? Joy Reid situation, that is one woman's employment. Kaepernick, that was one man's employment. And Kaepernick wanted to come back to the league. So when my man was out here trying out, I was like, I'm going back to football because I love football, okay? But that's neither here nor there. The point is, we love to be part of something that's big and lit, right? This economic boycott feels small and isolated because there isn't a celebrity, right? Maybe if Killer Mike would have went on Instagram Live, or Willie D would have went on Instagram Live and said, don't spend no money, join me, be part of my movement, make somebody that the people could rally around. But we are the modern day Romans, and celebrities are our gladiators, right? So we go all the way up for anything that is celebrity involved. And even though Joanne Reed is a journalist, right? And she follows journalistic integrity, very smart woman in media. She's a national journalist, right? If I lose my job because I get on the Fly Nubian Money Club and I be popping my shit, and the people find out and they like, girl, you got to do Fly Nubian Money Club or this traditional journalism, I ain't gonna be able to get 40,000 of y'all on the Zoom. And I'm not mad about it, but I wish people would be honest about the desire to be attached to a major brand, which is why we also can't break up with these people for one day because of our attachment to the brand name. And if we could be honest about that, right? Maybe if Kanye wouldn't have went off the rails, and if he was still today, all these years after the college dropout, rhyming, they made us hate ourselves and love their wealth, maybe we would have more people in alignment, right? But we got Kanye tweeting that Trump is back in office and he a billionaire again. So we are off the rails, and we are a celebrity loving culture. And regardless to who want to say different, you want to attach it to a college or a sorority or the NABJ, which I'm a member of, you could attach it to all of that if you want. The bottom line is, if it were Marlo Layson, who was removed from her News Now post, y'all wouldn't be on that damn Zoom. And I'm not mad about it, but I just want to put up a mirror like Ice Cube and show you who you are. And we are a celebrity loving culture.
We love it. If Beyonce would have said it, y'all, that did it. That's what she's
Listen,
trying to
if
say.
Beyonce
If
would have
Beyonce
said
would
it,
have said, I'm not participating, y'all wouldn't have participated.
would not have participated.
Let's go to some of these stats, y'all. All right. Let's see. Black spending power is in the US reached $2 trillion as of 2025, yet only 2% of that is reinvested into the Black businesses. Black America spends $1.8 trillion annually. Oh, we updated this. It's 2 trillion. All right. If Black Americans stop spending for just one day, the US economy could lose billions of dollars in revenue. Many Black people work for major corporations like Walmart, Amazon, and Target. A long-term employment could hurt Black employees in these industries. Actually, I want to take that down. Let's go ahead and take it down. Lala, this is what I meant by privilege. There was somebody that came out and said, listen, I work at these big corporations, and this is going to influence me as an employee. So tell me, what do you say to those people? I say find another job because likely they ain't paying you enough anyway. But what do you say?
I have to agree with you. Now, listen, you're going to work for a company that undermines absolutely everything that you do. And there's also there's power in silence. So you can be making these moves quietly, looking for another position on something that will support you. Now, do I think that everybody should just go out and quit their job? No, that wouldn't be smart. But you can start looking for other things with companies that do support what you are aligned with. Listen, I remember my pastor always said, if you don't like snakes, you don't go to the snake garden. It's as simple as that. You don't go lie with snakes if you don't want to be a part of them. So everything that I do, I always try to look to see if it aligns with what I agree with. And here's a perfect example. I was working for a live streaming company. They asked me to come in and to be the community manager, make sure that these young people wasn't coming on, shaking their butts and being naked. Okay. So I thought, hey, that's good. I want to make sure that these airwaves are something that I really want to keep clear for these kids and blah, blah, blah. What did they really mean? Well, we have to put somebody in this role. But now, if they kind of shake just one cheek, kind of look the other way. No, I became the villain when I became the enforcer. And I saw immediately this was stressing me out. This didn't align with my what I believe to be for me. And so I quickly let go of it because there's no way I'm going to work and be stressed out over something where people don't even, I'm replaceable, baby. And you
Mhm.
are too. And you should see your value and your talent and your worth and try your best. I know it may not always be practical to find something else that aligns with what your spirit is telling you to do. Now, that's your choice. But you can't sit up there and work for companies that don't care a damn about you. You are replaceable.
Yeah, go to Costco. Did they, who didn't roll back the DEI? It would be very hard for me to say as an employee at a company that washed DEI measures off their website. It would be hard for me to make that decision and still show up at work every day. Minister Connie, how do we break there's part of me that feels like we're just so, you said it earlier, Marlo, that we are attached to brands and big corporations, which means that we are attached to white owned companies. To us, they just operate better, they're more reliable, all the things, right? Minister Connie, what do you think about that? Like, how do we break the cycle of thinking that white business or white ice is colder than what we have in our community?
That's a myth. That is a mindset that people want to have, because the thing is that I've been in business for 27 years, and guess what? I have to dot all my I's and cross all my T's, and I have to be exceptional. I am part owner of a mental health clinic. We're the only Black clinic in the state of Pennsylvania. And
Come
we
on.
had an audit the other day, and she said, y'all are exceptional because we overdo it, because why? We want to be exceptional. And it's a mindset. If you want to be exceptional, you can be exceptional. When you walk into my place, you'd be like, wow, this is nice. This is a little story. We had an employee that was complaining about a lot of different things. So she said, I want to see your boss. And so we said, well, we're the boss. No, you can't be the boss, because our place was so nice. They didn't think that we could run a establishment with policies and procedures that was great. That when you walk in, you'd be like, oh, this is so nice. You know, you put your money in your business, and you can be exceptional. It's all of what you want to do. But a lot of companies and some Black business, you walk in and you be like, they need to do something about this place. It looks terrible. So I'm not saying that all, but we're all now coming into a point where we want things to be nice. I know that I like to see things that are exceptional. I went to a spa. It was so beautiful there. I could have spent the whole day there. It was Black owned. So we are coming out of that shabby look to be more exquisite. So
Yeah.
um, just don't have the mindset of throwing things together and trying to run a business without money. And that's one of our problems. We don't get the loans. People could write what Caucasians could write a loan. I mean, a business plan and get a loan. We write a business plan. It could be exceptional, and we take it, and they want to nitpick on every little thing. So that makes a big difference also. So we need to get together as family and invest in one another. That's what we need to do, so that we can have economic empowerment. And I'll say it, I invested in all my family. Now, I didn't get nothing back. That's another story. But they start making their money, they forget all about who helped them.
Mm,
But that's another story, but that's not for now. But I still love them, and I'm glad they're in business, and I'm glad they're doing well. But
mhm.
but we need to invest in one another, but have a
Yeah.
contract.
That's right. As the stat said, that we have $2 trillion with a T in consumer spending power. And we say that all the time on this show, that we have but only 2% of that $2 trillion is being spent with Black owned businesses. Just imagine if we took that up to 10% and 50%. That's our reparations, Black people. I'm gonna keep saying this. Like, y'all waiting for the government to give you reparations, but really, that's the reparations. Between that, the internet, and us patronizing our own businesses is going to give us the leverage that we need. That's just going, it's going to change everything. If we're getting our money and spending it within 6 hours and giving it over to 98% of it over to a white business, you can't wait to get that money and spend it. You can't wait. I
And a
got
lot of
paid,
the times
girl.
you've already spent it before you got it.
That's right, right? You already plan to spend all your money. So it's just very hard. I mean, that sounds like a hustle trap, it just sounds like a trap that we're in, a loop, the rat race that we're in. But I think we could benefit as a community if we put more money into our own businesses. So there is a video. A lot of people are saying like, we have another video. A lot of people are saying that DEI efforts, us not patronizing Target and all of that, is not working, right? Like they're still making their money. Nobody cares, right? Like it's not having the effect. It's not giving what we wanted to give, right? Would everybody on this panel agree with that? Like because we have decided not to patronize with Target, Walmart, it's not making a difference. Would anybody agree with that?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Let's watch this next video. I want to see what this young man has to say, or young lady. I don't know which one out of
Finally,
this.
some good news. So, everybody who boycotted Target needs to be super excited because it is such a beautiful thing to actually score a victory, particularly this early on. And I want y'all to think about this. I want you to celebrate this moment. We had Target's shareholders sued Target because when they removed DEI, they said that Target leadership did not tell the shareholders that removing DEI could cause a boycott and lower the value of their shares. Now, as a result, I have heard, I have not done the deep dive, but I've heard it on the streets that Target is talking about rolling back that decision because of pressure from shareholders. And obviously, when you affect the bottom line, when you hit them where they live, when you speak the only language that capitalism cares about, it causes people to stand up and take note. This is why we have to spend our dollars accordingly. We have to vote with our dollars. We need to be supporting Black business, supporting small business.
Hmm. So just so you know, it works. And this isn't the day that everything happened with Target. We saw that they had scrubbed everything off their website and they were rolling it back. I never went to Target again after that. Ever. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that were with me, like, oh, because nobody wants to be walking into a store that's just like embrace. They want to take all the Black people off the shelves. They want to, all the thing. Like I didn't want to be a part of that. So I said, I told my daughter, we're not doing that anymore. And I had to explain to her why. H. James says Walmart reported a drastic increase in net inventory today as looting went down. It's working. Um, I'm not sure what's working. What's working? I don't know. I don't
That's
know.
a troll. That's a troll.
Yeah, I'm like, it's working. It's what's working.
Oh, that is a oh, you was trying to be racist, saying the looting stop.
Oh, he was trying to be
That wasn't trying.
First
funny.
of
That was that
all,
was
the
that was a valiant effort.
the
Oh,
deodorant is locked up, Lieutenant James. The deodorant is
yes.
locked up. That's all I'm going in there for. And I ain't got time to ring no damn bell, so I ain't been back.
Oh my God. I mean, everything is locked up in every store. That's a whole nother situation because I guess people were walking into the stores and walking out with all the things. I, what we know, I guess my point in this, and I love this video saying like it's actually effective, right? So I want to take the next, I would say 15 minutes or so, roughly. That's how much time we have left on the show, and just talk about let's create a plan within ourselves, within right here. Lala, Marlo, Minister Connie, and Tierra, we are going to create a plan along with our viewers. We're going to create a plan on ways that we can continue this movement. I saw somebody earlier said that March is for movement, right? And I love that so much because you're right. Like from today, tomorrow is March 1st. We go in with a plan. And whatever we say here, I'm gonna stick to the plan. As you can see, I had to catch Kendrick on YouTube. Like that's the only thing, and I barely watched that. I was like, walking by, like I don't want to. Okay, I guess I'll watch it. Like I'm a get because I'm so against the NFL. I saw that they also removed, like, they knew Donald Trump was coming to the game, so they took the word "in racism" out of the end zone. And so it just gave me more reason to be like, is it because Donald Trump is coming that you're taking away the whole idea of like ending racism? I don't know. I just, I don't like it, y'all. I don't like it. Lala, so what do you have to say about, like, what is it? Is it messaging? Is it marketing that we need to like we need to shift, because it is working, but according to everyone else or mass media, it's not working. So what would you say needs to be the shift? We what do we need to do to get the real numbers in real time and knowing, because I think that's another thing too. If we can't measure the progress, we're going to assume it's not working. Marlo works out all the time, right? And if she was just running and wasn't seeing her metrics or the weight loss, I think she would be unmotivated to keep going. So is that a part of it? How can we measure our progress?
Well, for one, we need to learn to look at the correct news. A snake is always going to be a snake and it will bite you, period. Okay. So, where's the whole song about you take me in, precious woman? He's lying and he's going to turn around and bite you. The media, the main media, we all know has an agenda. They have an agenda to feed you certain amount of things. And we all know that many of them have bowed down to kiss the 10 ring. So you need to go to the correct outlets and the direct resources that show you the economic. Now, everybody here, pretty much everybody here knows we're part of we B1, baby, B1. All right. So that is your first point. You go to the source that's going to give you the truth. You need to turn off the CNNs, the MSNBCs. Those are never going to tell you the truth, and they're always designed to kind of keep you pissed off, right? But if you go to the right sources and you check, that's right, watch their stock. My main thing is this, y'all. There are apps out here that will tell you what the Congress people are spending and investing in and when they pull out. When you start seeing them pull out of certain places, you're going to understand why they're pulling out. So then for you do the same thing. And that makes a difference. But the first thing is to educate yourself on where you can go for the right information. Listen, what does our lovely Constance say? Google that shit. You
Mm-hmm.
will find the right information if you stop looking on that first Google page and you go down to the third page. You're going to find the real sources that's going to give you the better information. So the first assignment, find where you're going to get the truth. Where are you going to get the truth? Look at Dr. Boyce's network. Look at what we give you. We're giving you good resources. We have Marlo. Okay, so you're going to go to the places that are going to give you the truth, because always polls can be skewed. We know that, to make you think a certain way. But truth is in numbers. If you look at their stocks, then you're going to see the difference, and that is your proof.
Okay. So, okay. All right. So let's build this fire, right? We got fire. Everybody has logs. Everybody in the chat, all 369 of y'all, we are here and we are going to build a movement right now. So, Lala just said, make sure that you educate yourself, look for the right outlets to tell you the truth. That's not always easy to find because of the agendas and who's being paid. You just have to know, right? You have to do enough research to know who's going to tell you the truth, who's always, and sometimes, y'all, I'll be honest, I'll watch Fox News for a little bit just to see what the narrative is. It'll make me mad, but I got to know all the sides. Before the before the election, I would hop into troll, that's the right word. I would hop into Trump chat rooms just to see what they was talking about. Ooh, you talk about somebody's you listen, like my
Blood
soul
pressure
wanted
be
to
up.
jump out of my body
Yeah.
every time, because it just, I was like, oh my God, there's people that think this way. It's insane. But I guess they come into our rooms and they think the same exact thing. So it's a matter of perspective. And it's so interesting that our perspectives are so divided. It's like we are on opposite ends of the spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's build this fire, y'all. So the question is, what do we need to do to secure a movement? What are you going to do today as of from now, let's commit for the rest of the year. What is maybe one thing, maybe two things that you are going to do that will make a difference and to contribute to our community? Marlo, and I'm gonna come back around to you, Lala, because that wasn't the question I asked you, but I'm gonna ask you. So let's build this. Let's build it out, Marlo.
I would say, for me, disciplined spending, right? If we are talking about empowering our community and getting the money out of the places that, help oppress us or underemploy or underpay us, um, I think that disciplining yourself financially is going to be very important. Do you need the table or do you want it? Do you need the shirt or do you want it? Right? Making real decisions about how you spend your money. And then if you say, I really need this, is there a black seller on Facebook Marketplace? Is somebody in your community having a garage sale or a estate sale where they're trying to get off some things that they need to let go of, right? I think that we have to get back to being, my grandparents were very smart spenders, and we've rolled into very frivolous spending. And I think we have to get back into smart spending. I think we have to get back into repurposing things that we thought we were going to throw away because there is something on Amazon that's $29.99. So I would say my log is a disciplined spending log. Do you need it? Do you want it? Can you live without it?
Black people, do you need it? Do you want it? Okay. So every time before I buy something, I'm gonna say, do I need it? Do I want it? Will it help or harm me? Because sometimes we buy things. Like yesterday, I had some Dairy Queen with my daughter. It's gonna harm me. It harmed my stomach. Right? I ain't been eating sugar or salt. I was like, right, it's gonna harm me. But does it help? Does it harm? Do you need it? Do you want it? Okay. All right. Minister Connie, what do you say?
I like that one of the attendees on the podcast said that maybe we should do it every Friday. That is a great idea. So for the whole year, you stop doing it for on Fridays. That's a blackout Friday for the rest of the year. That would be awesome. That was going to make a big impact on the bottom line. You know what? I don't need nothing. I really don't. I just be buying stuff. I was like, oh, that's cute. I'm going to get it. I'm going to start thinking about that. I am really good on investing, saving my money, but I don't have things. I don't, my kids is grown and, my mortgage is paid off. So I'm buying stuff. I'm just buying stuff because I have the money. So I'm going to start thinking about not buying this because I really don't need it. I really don't. And I can
Okay.
without going to Target for the whole year. I could do that
Y'all, can we do every Friday? I
every
think
Friday.
somebody also, I think it was Armando who said that maybe we take every Friday of the, I love every Friday, but he said the last Friday of the month and just either discuss it on here or take it out to blackout. But every Friday sounds
Every
even more
Friday for the
aggressive.
rest of the year.
Every
I
Friday
can
for the
do it.
rest.
I think every Friday is definitely doable.
Can everybody on at least this thread do every Friday for the remainder of the year? Listen, we can start small. And if we start small, on our other show, we put together a plan too. But it was more so how to spread the word. We said that, Marlo, you gotta help me. We said you gotta text and email your people. Text and email, send out an email chain, just letting them know, hey, this is the deal, at least like once a week. This is the cause. This is what we're working towards. Remember to do this. Getting people's consciousness and awareness, kind of like massaging that, because everybody is not going. I told you earlier that Minister Connie sends out text messages on our family thread and nobody responds. I think everybody just kind of looks at it and goes whatever, but to keep doing it either way, like even if they respond or not, I think it's massaging, even some subconscious, right? So like it was emailing, getting on an email, get on a newsletter or some sort. Do you remember what else was, Marlo?
I know mine was share it, You know, people love to be on social media, so share out the great Black businesses that you find, the great Black service providers that you find, and show people where you're at. Let people know where they can go, because a lot of times we don't know where to go to support each other. So the same way you pose with that Gucci bag, you got that Hermes belt, ever so slightly showing in the photo. Do that with what you buy from Black people. Support Black people in that same way, because Hermes don't need it. They got a huge marketing budget, huge marketing budget.
Yes, you said make it feel cool. You said make it feel
Because we
cool.
make
So when you,
everything cool. We
because
make everything cool. So
that's
make
what
it
black
feel
people,
lit
we
so that
are
more
cool.
people want to be part of that wave. Because you know we got some wave riders, so we got to make waves so that they could jump out there and get on them. Because everybody ain't gonna cause a wave. Some people just want to ride it.
Lala, what do you say? Add something to the log, baby.
I actually buy from a lot of Black businesses. So what I do is I share who I am buying from. That means I've already used your product. That means I've already dealt with your business and I know that you're a good business. Like, you know, I no longer buy body cream because I have someone that does that. I have someone who makes soap. I have someone who makes beautiful candles. They're all Black owned. Their businesses are on top. So I recommend those businesses. I don't just keep that information to myself. I let people know when I get good service from our businesses and what they make. So when you find something good, don't keep quiet about it. Share it with the rest of your family. If you walk past somebody and go, you smell good. You go, girl, I got this from Gina on the such and such. And let me give you her information. Go get you some. You can't keep your mouth closed. Share the good Black businesses that you work with so that other people know to go and support them as well.
Yeah.
I do want to say something. I think that's a great
Go ahead.
idea. We all, anyone that knows about Black businesses, maybe we could have a link or something for the Black businesses through Nubian Money.
Well, because Connie hasn't been here in a long time. This is what I was about to say. So listen, black
I
people,
did
if
not.
you
Well, I've been gone.
if she ain't been here in a minute, she don't know that we already got a Fly Nubian Money Black directory, baby. If
See, I
you
didn't know
are
that. Sorry.
actually, let's go ahead and roll the commercial and we'll talk about it. But if you have a black business and you want to get that black business seen, you could put it in the chat, but you can also email me and I'm about to tell you exactly where, because you know we all in the videos and all in the commercials. Go ahead and roll that commercial.
Are you a Black business owner looking to expand your reach? Well, has Fly Nubian Money got good news for you? We are building a Black business directory to connect you with customers who need your services. And here is the best part. It is absolutely free. Email us at info@realvirtual.net. Send us your business name. Tell us a little bit about what you do, what services you offer, your website address, and your contact information. That's it. Together, we are going to build and circulate the Black dollar. Get listed today and start connecting with people who are probably already looking for you.
I love
Yes,
it.
yes, 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 yes. So you
Okay,
see,
come
we
on, little
already
Google search B-roll. All right
come
now.
on, we try around here. We trying to do our thing. We trying to do our thing, y'all. Listen, if you have a business, a personal brand that people can benefit from, a product of any sort, please email us at info@realvirtual.net and join our business directory. We cannot wait to serve and really build it. I know somebody asked me earlier when will it be available, and we're still compiling. We're still waiting for people to send us more and more and more. Now, people have been very good about sending information. We have a lot of black businesses on there, but we can use more. People even reach out to me and say, "Hey, do you know somebody that does this?" And it kind of turned into a situation where I was making recommendations based on just matching businesses together. And I'm so happy to do it. I can't do it. I can't do it all the time, but I definitely could see the benefit. If there's somebody that absolutely needs something, I definitely will pair you. I'll do my best to pair you. I'm a busy lady. So okay. All right. So we have the Black Business Directory. This hour went by so fast, y'all. I thought I was gonna be able to ask some more questions. We have our log. Okay. So we have a plan. The plan is to educate. There's one other thing I want to tell you guys. So when I start looking for Black businesses, I often hear people say, well, they don't got Black people that make vacuum cleaners. And if I need a vacuum cleaner, if they don't got Black people that have a gas station or this or that, baby, if you hop on TikTok and you hop on the internet, there is so many Black businesses that have those things that we don't think they make. It will blow your mind. We are not just making soaps and lotions, and those things. We are also making, Black people invented all of this. I don't know if y'all know, it's Black History
Mhm.
Month, and I know you've been watching us all month say, like, we created a lot of things. We created pretty much everything. I'm gonna just go ahead and say Black people created everything. Every day I'm looking, I'm like, the computer, the GPS system, just everything that you can think of that we need and we use daily. Somebody Black created it. I'm not gonna say everything, but like I'm gonna say like 95% of it.
Mhm.
Like, we
Mhm.
lit. So don't think that Black people don't make intricate things. We don't just make lotions and
Mhm.
hand, yeah, I don't know, whatever simple thing that people make. We make the things. So I know sometimes it just comes down to like funding and being able to mass produce those things, but that's again why we need to patronize one another, because if we can buy, say, a vacuum cleaner from a company, that means they can make more vacuum cleaners or
Mhm.
whatever it is. So just make sure that we're googling and TikToking and looking for those Black businesses, and don't just be like, Black people don't do this. Like, don't assume that the company is janky just because it's Black. Please
Yeah,
respect Black people. Like, we are
that's
we
right.
are really like the creators of this thing. So I'm gonna just go ahead and move into final thoughts. Um, let's start with sorry. Let's start. I got excited. Let's start with Minister Connie.
Okay. Like I said, I don't need anything. So I am going to commit to every Friday that I am going to have a blackout on Fridays for the rest of the year. And I hope that you all will come on and join me. Okay. Let's make this happen.
And where can they find you, Minister Connie?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I haven't been on in a while. You can find me at ministerconnie .com.
No, they can find you at ConnieSpearman.com.
ConnieSpearman.com. Okay, I told you I haven't been on for a while, so excuse me.
Obviously, I work with my auntie. You
I
can
haven't been
find
on for
Minister
I've
Connie
been
at
absent.
ConnieSpearman.com, y'all. She has a book called
Yes. Lord, I hear you. By
Lord, I hear
Minister
you.
Connie Spearman. It's a great
Yes.
book. Get it. It's a great read.
There's a company journal. There's a company journal. It's good. It's
And
great.
there's a journal with it. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. I just went blank. I'm just thinking about this blackout on Fridays, what I got to do to prepare to do it for the whole
If
year.
you want, right, so if you want to support a Black business, you can support she is my auntie and I've known her all
Yes.
my life, but make sure that you check her out at ConnieSpearman.com.
Yes.
She, like she said, she has a book called Lord I Hear You.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful book. It's a collection of
Yes.
stories of how God, she is listened and heard from God, and he's guided her through all kinds of things,
Yeah.
even getting $1 million out of debt. Listen,
Yes.
so listen. There's something there, y'all. So
Yes.
make
Yes.
sure you
Yes.
support Minister Connie. I keep tapping this table. Let's go to you.
I love you.
You've got to be the change that you want. You can't just talk about it. You got to be about it. And when you really sit down to draw those lines in the stand, you truly must stick to them. Know why you're doing it and how it can affect the whole community just by doing your simple research. Listen, we all have some things that we don't feel like we can give up, but at some point you have to give up for your best, right? I gave up cake. I gave up cake. I gave up sweets for a long time. And guess what? I lost the 135 pounds.
Wow.
It doesn't happen overnight. But as time goes on, you see the changes. So you must be the change that you want to see. It starts with you. And you can find me at www.laurakey.net. And I have a lot of great free resources there for you. Budget worksheet, I also have a quiz that if you're thinking about moving abroad and becoming a world citizen, you have some things to think about. So that quiz will help you put you in the right frame of mind on if you're ready or willing or really do want to move out of the country. So visit me at www.laurakey.net.
Make sure that you check Laura Lala. I keep wanting to say Lala. Check Lala out because she does. She has all of these amazing resources. There is a budget that I use often. I printed it out. I wish I had it in front of me. I run and go get it and show y'all. And I'm just going through all the things. Like I support all of my queens. Like there is no. I got budget sheets. I got wealth accelerator books. Like we got all the things, right? So make sure that you support Lala. She has given me a lot of insight about moving abroad and really just expanded my mind about being a world citizen. And I love her so much. So I'm telling you, all that fire and smoke that she is giving, she is equally just a beautiful human being that will give you all the information that you need to really make a decision about buying a home, domestically or abroad. So make sure you check Lala out. All right, Marlo, what's up?
So what's up? So listen,
Mm.
one bite at a time. That's how you eat an elephant. If you think about eating that whole elephant at once, you're gonna get overwhelmed. Your stomach gonna get upset, right? So one single bite at a time. If everybody's biting their own little section, eventually that elephant gonna be gone. And that's how we have to move forward. Um, one Friday a month could turn into an entire month, could turn into an entire year of you abstaining from buying things that you don't need. But equally, right? Investing in Black business is important. And if you have a Black business that you want to grow, and if as we are talking about alternative spending on Fridays for 52 Fridays, or I don't know how many Fridays left, right? 40 something Fridays that are left in this year, um, you're gonna have to get people to find your product. And if you are a business, specifically a Black business, but any small business that is looking to expand your digital footprint, the great way to do that without having to pay bloated pay per click advertising prices or programmatic advertising prices is by having your SEO on your website tight and right. So if you want to learn how to get your business found in a sea of information on Google, Bing, MSN, I don't care what search engine you use, right? You think you hide you incognito somewhere, wherever you are, I can find you unless I can't. So what I would encourage you to do is join me in the Fly Nubian Money Club on March 8th. That's a Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. I am going to teach you how to increase your sales and traffic, and of course your profit using SEO strategies. These is data-driven strategies that I've cultivated myself, that I have borrowed from other people, things that I have put to work, and I have seen them work myself for an advantage in business and online business. If you want that, if you need that, if you struggle with getting organic, we are talking about organic, y'all. Like that milk y'all like to drink, y'all like to say organic so y'all can sound super bougie. Well, come to my super bougie organic search engine optimization class, and I will help the people. I will help you put the food where the goats could get it, honey. You know, a goat don't have a long neck, right? The goat could only go down. So I'm gonna put it where the goats could get it for you so that everybody can thrive and grow in business. And it be beautiful Black people out here using this internet for good and evil. Cause y'all cut up on the internet, but I'm gonna teach y'all how to get found. Come get found Saturday, March the 8th. I'm gonna be here. Fly New
And
Club.
Fly Nubian Money Club, it's gonna go up. It's y'all. I'm so committed to bringing people that can change your life to the Fly Nubian Money Club. Period. Like that's it. That's my answer. Trying to get you skills that you need to take your finances and your personal brands, whatever it is, to the next level. And so Marlo is coming. Lala has been there. At some point, I'm gonna get Minister Connie to teach y'all a thing or two about running business. I'm definitely going to, so you definitely want to join us. Also, Marlo is partaking in a bodybuilding competition. She has been getting super fine on us. We have, well, I have adopted the way she eating and it's working for me.
I'm telling you.
Feel me?
I'm telling
She's helping us all kind of just like work on our fitness and work on our nutrition this year. And we're really getting, growing together.
Listen, we lifting booties with booty muscles. We not lifting scalpels. We lifting booty muscles. You can do it.
We
You can.
not lifting, we
You
not
ain't
lifting
gotta be born a big booty girl to have a big booty. I'm telling you. I come from the little booty Judy line of people, okay? And that thing bowling on her back. I hate it.
I love it. Listen, I love that we all can inspire each other in one way or another.
Yeah.
When Marlo said she was no longer eating salt or sugar or processed food, I was like, me neither. And it's
Immediately.
been like I know nobody says nobody else, but of course me. I'm like, I'm gonna do it too. And it has been so life changing for me. Although I've like, as of this month, and really I'm hopping back on. But like I've been doing like one day where yesterday I allowed myself to have a hamburger and some ice cream. But that was the first of the year. So it was good, and then I felt bad because my body is used to doing something else. So anyway, my final thoughts is this, Black people. I love y'all for real. And I want to do, and I've really dedicated my entire life to making sure that I'm part of this contribution to getting, to resetting, to getting us wherever we need to be. And I know it's not just me. Hopefully, I'm joining other people who have that same mission in life, to support and love on Black people in the way that we need to be supported and loved on. We've been
Mhm.
through a lot of things, we've experienced a lot of trauma. We have, we are constantly being oppressed in one way or another. I just saw yesterday that somebody erased some Black man. I don't even know his name because I didn't pay attention, but he signed away the Fair Housing Act that Obama had put in place and was like, I'm against, literally, he said, I'm against fair housing. I said, oh, okay. I live in the Twilight Zone. So
Listen,
since we all are currently living in the Twilight Zone together, I just really want to figure out how to get us out of here. Really, really. Like we need to figure it out. Where are we going? Um, but those are my final thoughts. My name is again is Tierra Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood. I'm at Miss Black Hollywood across all platforms. This is my first time really saying this out loud, but I got an album coming out soon. I will keep you. I've been working for the last 2 years on a recording music, trying to come back to and get out of just being a producer and behind the scenes and getting back on camera, y'all, and showing you these other talents that God gave me that He told me to use a long time ago. And I've just been like, okay, and then doing other things. So I'd have an album coming out. I'm going to tell you all the release dates and all the things. But for right now, I just want you to know that I have something coming out, and I don't think I'm going to use streaming services. And so I will need you to support my Black business and stream directly from my website. And I'm just saying that for the first time today. I'll probably mention it again and again and again. But just so you know, I'm going to build my own buzz and kind of have that kind of campaign, kind of like Nipsey did. And so that's all I got.
she could
I want
sing
to
too, y'all. She could sing, y'all.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So I thank you all for joining us today. All 373 people that are in here. We have a plan now. We have come up with a plan. Y'all told me in the comments, which I didn't get to go through the comments, what we're going to do starting next Friday. We are going to black out every single Friday for the rest of the year. Fly Nubian Money is going to be here. So we're going to mention it every single Friday, no matter what. Do you hear me? No matter what y'all said, I saw y'all. Like, yes, 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 yes. I'm gonna participate. So make sure that you participate. Make sure you're participating. If you want to get a notification for when we go live, you can text the word Queens to 87948. That's Queens, QUEENS, to 87948. Also, we have 8 apps. Okay, because Boyce told me to tell y'all this and I forgot. So we have a new listing that will give you 8 apps for families to for investing. 8 apps, the top apps that families use for investing. So text 87948 to receive that free list of family investing apps. Yes. Okay. 87948 to receive your list of apps that families are using to invest. Any other things I got to tell y'all, beautiful Black people, this Friday? We want y'all to have a wonderful weekend. I don't know if we have a Black History situation, but I think we should just roll one of the old ones. Hopefully, we have something to roll. Otherwise, thank you, Queens, for coming and joining me this Friday. I love y'all. I love y'all, Marlo. I'm not talking to you because you're going to New Orleans. I'm not talking about love for you, but everybody else I love. Y'all, we will see you. We will see you next week, next Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like we always do. We love you and have a good weekend. Happy Blackout Day. Don't spend no money unless it's with Black people. I think we have a Black History.
It's the Roaring 20s. The country is flourishing. Some African American communities are prospering, like the residents of Greenwood in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A remarkable Baptist pastor named Solomon Sir Jones is the pioneering filmmaker. His footage was lost for more than 50 years. Jones captures the bustling life of Greenwood, which could be any American small town. But Tulsa's whites don't like what they see. In May 1921, after a black man is accused of assaulting a white woman, a white mob rampages through the city. For a night and a day, they loot and burn Greenwood. A Fox News crew captures the only surviving footage. It is the bloodiest racial massacre in American history, leaving nearly 300 dead.